Hey, what's up you guys? Bloody Jacob here to bring you a predictions video for both the CW's The Vampire Diaries and the originals for when they come back for their individual, continuation of Season 7 and Season 3, respectively, January 29th, taking place on Fridays now at 8 and 9. No title yet for the originals episode, but we do have a title for The Vampire Diaries when it comes back for the rest of their 7th season, and that title is Hell is Other People. Now I don't have as much to say or predict about this one as I do about the originals. I can see the general direction they're going in, because if you go on the CW's YouTube channel, you can find previews for both the originals and the TVD's return, at the end of January. So if you watch that yourself, based on the preview, and I have the picture in the thumbnail, you can see that Damon, of course, he had that sword used on him by Julian at the end of the mid-season finale, which is a crazy ending. Stefan had the same done to him, except by Nora's hand, who had sort of flipped sides after sort of turning over a new leaf once she figured out they had taken Mary Louise hostage. And by the way, I'm also doing this video because of one of my awesome subscribers urging, she or he, again, I'm not sure if you're a male or female, please tell me in the comments. I never figured that out. We should probably talk about that sometime. But anyway, thank you for your suggestion, and here's a video for you. I can't pronounce her name either, so I'm sorry about that. But it's been really great talking to you. It's been great having someone to really discuss these shows with. I think they're both great, but especially the originals at this point. But yeah, like I was saying, to me it's pretty clear in the preview video for The Vampire Diaries that Damon is having the Phoenix Stone, touching his body, so thus he's going to be brought back. His body's going to be recovered pretty quickly into the episode, I think, maybe even right at the beginning, unless we get some sort of crazy, flash forward sequence again, which is kind of likely. So I think Damon will be running around with the others, trying to get Stefan's body, because also based on the previews, it looks like somehow Julian and the others still have a hold of his body, and they're trying to burn it so they can't bring him back at all with that stone. But the question is, how did Bonnie and the rest manage to recover Damon's body when not Stefan's? I don't know, maybe Bonnie and whoever come in right when the episode continues, right when the show continues, and then the others run off with Stefan's body and leave Damon's. I don't know, or maybe they get some other way. But we know the effects of the Phoenix Stone by now. Yes, it brings them back, but it might not necessarily put that soul into that person. But we've never seen the stone used on a vampire before, so I don't know if another vampire soul can go into another vampire or not. I'm not sure. It seems like it'd be open to anyone that's in there, right? Because it should work the same way, but again, I'm not sure. But either way, we'll see Damon trying to rescue his brother, of course. But if it's not Damon, obviously it'll be someone very confused in Damon's body. And if it is Damon, we'll see him struggling with, stronger hunger and, even more violent tendencies and things like that. I'm so looking forward to that. I'm very eager for Julian to finally be killed now. We'll see it at some point in the later part of this half of Season 7, I'm sure. And also it looks like Damon kind of takes out Caroline towards the end of the preview too, which I'm fine with. But, they're not going to kill off Caroline. And of course Matt's there, so something might happen to him finally. I don't know, he's managed to dodge death all these other times just because of his connections, mostly. Sort of, with Elena anyway. But yeah, those are really my only real thoughts on what's going to come with The Vampire Diaries when it comes back with the first episode. Like I said, Hell is Other People. I do hope that we get a little bit more of Damon's world and Damon's personal hell, and maybe we will, because there will be someone trapped in his body. I don't know, but I'd love to see more of that war sequence. And why exactly it torments him so much. Of course it's war, so it's going to leave trauma with anyone, but I'd still like to see more of it in the episode and see how he handles it and stuff like that. And I'm also curious to see what Stefan's personal hell is too. We might see a clip of that or something, I think. So that should be interesting. And as far as the rest of the season goes, it's kind of hard to say right now. Like I said, Julian will be killed at some point, obviously. I do hope characters like Nora get to survive somehow, but I'm not sure at this point. And also, I'd like to think that, you know, before, like, the last couple episodes, we'll get to that point 3 years from now, that 3-year flash forward we've been building up to. We'll get to that point and have it be our present. And I'm really looking forward to discovering who exactly this Hunter is, you know, this one who's been taking him out in the flash forwards and stuff. So I'm looking forward to that. Not much I can say. I'm not great at predictions, especially, you know, quite a ways ahead yet. But yeah, so those are my predictions for the Vampire Diaries, and now with the originals. I was going to do these videos separately, by the way, but, you know, I felt like they would have been too short individually, so it would make sense just to put them together, especially since they're both in the same universe anyway. They're both in the same world, of course, just a few states away, right? But yeah, with the originals, it has a much bigger talking point, in my opinion. Because with the Vampire Diaries, we know that Damon and Stefan are both going to make it out of this. I mean, come on. But with the originals cliffhanger, yes, we don't have an episode title yet, but based on the preview, of course, we know without seeing a preview that Klaus is going to be hell-bent on taking down Aurora at this point. And I can't wait to see, excuse my language, I can't wait to see that bitch staked or have her heart torn out, have her head knocked off or something like that. I'm guessing they'll make us wait till a little bit later in the season to finally see that happen, but I can't wait for that to happen. It's going to be ever so satisfying. But of course, with before I get to the main point that we're all talking about, Cammy, you know, with Elijah, you know, daggering Rebecca, obviously that's going to have a toll on him. And Rebecca didn't want Elijah to tell Klaus about that because he was happy with Cammy, and she wanted her brother to have at least a time and a moment of happiness free without, you know, this kind of news, of course, or anything bad happening or him doing anything bad, you know. But now that, you know, what's happened, Klaus isn't in that happy place anymore. When he kissed Cammy and he was in bed with her, that was probably the happiest Klaus might have ever been in his life, you know, truly. But now he's just had that torn away from him, like probably less than an hour, however long they're sleeping there later. I don't know. You know, so it might end up coming out sooner than Elijah planned on about him daggering Rebecca. And I don't think that will go over too badly, really, because obviously that mark was still affecting her. Klaus should understand that, and he might even see the strategy of, you know, keeping her, you know, kind of not dead, but keeping her out of it until this prophecy thing is done. So I think Klaus should be able to understand that. You know, he has a similar type of mind. He's just done those things more often than Elijah, so it affects him less, because he's daggers siblings quite often, remember. But that, you know, that's a different discussion. Now, also before we get to the main thing we all want to talk about, as far as Vincent goes, you know, of course, I think he'll be under the shadow of Tristan now, and of course under the threat, obviously, of, you know, having Finn put back into his body. And I won't be surprised if they do that again, but as I said in my review, I'd rather have it, if Finn's there, I'd rather have it be the original actor, not the character in another actor's body or something. But I do think it's possible I may put him back in there, and, you know, may come out. He was a pretty good villain, though, the guy who plays Vincent. He acted pretty well as Finn. So I really won't mind seeing that, I guess, but I'd rather have them have Vincent fight it off somehow, or work with originals or the other characters or something. But it looks like he's going to be getting a bigger role, which is a good thing. So I'm excited to see how he's going to deal with being Regent and stuff like that. I do like the actor that plays Vincent, though. I think he's done a pretty good job ever since he was playing that version of Finn. So yeah, I'm glad they kept him around. Yeah, not much to say about Marcel. I think he'll kind of continue going back and forth between the Strix and the Michelsons, but of course, you know, his loyalties with the Michelsons when it comes down to it. And now let's just get to the main part of what we all want to talk about, and that is Cammy. You know, her and Klaus finally kissed, which was an amazing moment. Really well done, really well written. You know, it's been built up so well ever since that backdoor pilot, episode 20 of season 4 of the Vampire Diaries. It's been really well done. And it was good to finally see that payoff of them finally kissing and them in bed together. Really, really well done. Nice to see. Of course, Klaus wakes up and Cammy's throat is slashed at Aurora's doing. And what's Cammy's fate specifically? Well, she's technically dead at this point. I don't think there's any way they can kind of, you know, backtrack on that, because it's probably too late to, you know, for Klaus or anyone to give her his blood to heal or anything. maybe if Klaus had like caught her just as she was like still breathing and like gagging from the slash, or as it was just happening, then maybe Klaus could have saved her that way. But I think something else is going to need to be done. Do I think Cammy's dead for good? No. I did hear in certain comments that Leah Pipes, the actress that plays Cammy, who does a great job, by the way, she's been, seen or on set filming more after this point. So, you'd think that should be around, but, it could be a dead body, you could say, but no, I don't think so. And not just that, but even if I didn't think that she was still filming after this point of the season, I just think that Klaus just be hell-bent on bringing her back any way he can, with all the other characters that came back that meant less to these people, now it's Cammy, someone that means the world to him, means, more than anyone, at least as much, if not more than, Elijah and stuff. You think that Klaus is going to find any conceivable way to bring her back whatsoever. And also, there's a possibility. Julie Plec was asked about this, of course, the writer and developer of both this and the originals and such. My cat's at the door. Let me see if I can squeeze out the last part of this video. She was asked about this question, of course, and she didn't really answer. She was kind of vague about it. She says that she did say that we will see Cammy again, but basically not in what way. So will we see her as a dead body, or maybe will we see her as a vampire? That's something interesting to talk about. I am going to let my cat out. Her name's Kitty, by the way. She is a female cat, about 11 years old now. So there's some background information on her. She'll only be another minute or two. So hopefully she can hold her horses. Who says that anymore? But yeah, Cammy as a vampire, that idea, I think is pretty interesting. Just like Elena, how she was turned after the end of Season 3, I think it was an interesting direction for the character. And I think it could be an interesting direction for Camille as well. To see how her mind, all her trauma, but also her psychological, prowess is able to deal with being a vampire. I think that'd be really cool to see. And I think, of course, her emotions would be heightened, so maybe Klaus would have some more good times with her pretty quickly, who knows. But I think she could make an even more interesting character if she did become a vampire. So I would approve of that idea. I think that's one of the more possible scenarios of her surviving or her coming back. But I don't think the character's gone for good, not really at all. But it's going to be interesting to see how they deal with it either way. It's going to make for some really good TV, so I can't wait to see it. So yeah, those are my predictions for when the Vampire Diaries and the originals come back from their midwinter breaks. And yeah, I can't wait to talk about them when they come back, so we get these answers and see where the rest of the seasons take us. And also, before that point, I'll be reviewing The 100 Season 3 every week. Can't wait for that to come back too. It's going to be amazing. So yeah, I'll catch you guys for that. And I will be uploading a tribute to Dracula, a show I still am frustrated that was cancelled. Great show. I'll be uploading a tribute to that tomorrow. And yeah, so I'll catch you guys next time. Add me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, MoviePilot, and look for me on SpoiledDead.com. As I said, catch you guys next time. Anything else you want to talk about, feel free to leave a comment below. Love discussing with you guys. And peace.